Morning, everyone. Welcome to the negotiation meeting. Our group 29 represent the Nora company to have some discussion and negotiation with your company. So let's welcome your company to introduce some information of your company.
Hello, welcome group 29 from Nora. We are group 13 from Sakura.
Okay, so my partner will introduce our company's some information and detail to you.
Okay, our Malaysia government rules and rules only allows foreign companies to hold up 30% of the shares. At the same time, we have a good reputation in Malaysia and have cooperated with many large money companies. We have heard that your international reputation is not very good. If you agree, we will help your company improve its reputation in Malaysia rules and advertising work. In the contract, as you can see, we will also be responsible for invest the construction of the company's building and some factories. We will require a large amount of cost. At the same time, we are familiar with the laws and the regulation of Malaysia, and we can provide some knowledge of Malaysia rules and regulation for for the foreign people who come to work in the company in the future. So I think your company should hold 30% and our company hold 70%.
Well, I'm not very disagree this advance. I know we all regret the field negotiation. I think we need to take into account each other's culture and social hobbies more in the new negotiation. At present, Sakari has noticed that the joint venture will operate in Malaysia, not in Finland. So Nora has a better understanding of Malaysia management culture than Sakura, but we are the private of SK33 technology. So we also need to better protect the interest of our company's core technology. So we propose first negotiation new power control and the ownership of equity. Before Malaysia law does provide of Nora has 70% and Sakura has 13% equity. But now the Malaysia government has new laws. And second, we promote the new equality will not affect Nora's management. Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I think we can keep this issue. Our company also involves other industry. If you agree, we will cooperate in other industry in the follow-up. This is also help your company to create and provide certain market opportunity. And if we had no condition, we can introduce your company to other companies based on our relation circle in Malay. Your company can hold 35% and our company holds 65%. So do you agree?
No, I disagree with this proposal. I have 3 reasons to get more equity. Our first reason is that because the technology comes from the core technology of our Sakari company. Our finished engineer and technicians need to be dispatched to work. This also requires us to understand the Islamic way of life through training and the cultural courses for Finnish engineers, and to respect Malaysia values. This cost requires equity support. Second, as Sakari engineers, we can develop the customer's product according to Nora's needs. This is something large companies cannot provide. The third is that the contract time According to TMB's running out and the lack of time will also affect the future development of both companies. Therefore, our companies hope that the equity distribution is Sakura has 43% and Nora 57%.
I don't think 57% is good for our company, considering that our contract is only 2 years. It's short and limit, and my partner have introduced that we need to responsible for invest the company building and some factories. Consider both of our parties and without losing our respected interest. Our bottom line is your company can hold 40% and our company holds 60% of the ownership. Do you agree?
Yes, we agree this advance, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for the negotiation and we make a deal.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, make the deal.
So I have noticed that your company only offer basic structure of the technology and the core technology is still being well protected. But for the benefit of our company JV, I strongly suggest you share the core technology with us. What do you think?
Yes, I understand that's the original intention of your company. To establish a JV company is to understand and obtain our company's core technology of digital switches. I also understand that it is difficult for Malaysia to independently develop such high tech with its own research and development capabilities, but we are implementing core technology protection measures for our products, unless you can put forward the conditions that impress our people as a bargaining chip. Otherwise, we are unwilling to share the core of the switch technology with you.
Yes, I get it, I understand, but there is a few things that you need to know. So technology transfer and commercialization come with a price. The most important thing is to have a double win or double win thinking. Otherwise, there will be many problems in the future and conflicts will be obvious. And also, multinational companies should not use technological advantage to implement monopolistic behavior to restrain international trade. And due to the monopoly and differences in technology, the company will encounter many difficulties when it comes to expansion of the main products and the promotion of the key core technology. The difference in technology could cause the employees of both parties to communicate very passively. A team cannot be formed within the enterprise, which means that it will be more difficult to form cross-cultural or cross-functional coordination and cooperation. Technology transfer can speed up our company product to enter the market and upgrading as well. We can improve product quality and technological process, adjust production and industry structures, and thereby improve the economic benefit. And by all that, I mean good investment will be proved that it is worthy in the future. And we can also make some adjustment about the salary and the brand marketing. So I strongly suggest you to consider our offer. My colleague is going to discuss some detail with you.
And it will meeting Sakura branding aspirations. In the past few years, Sakura has moved from behind the scenes as a real manufacturer to the front of the stage, marketing itself as Sakura. Nora can therefore undertake to use the name Nora Safari for their products productive facilities by the joint venture or name jointly negotiated by the two companies, which will facilitate the promotion of the Sakura company's own brand.
Okay, we fully understand your concerns and we appreciate your marketing offer to help Sakura move from behind the scene to the front of the house and the offer to increase staff salary. We would love to accept your offer, but I'm afraid that we still have to decline the request for full technology sharing because we have invested heavily in our technology development that we have to protect it. However, this does not necessarily mean that we cannot find a way to work together for a mutual benefit. For that, Sakari is willing to send our technical staff and engineers to participate in the development of new products with our technology. And we would be more than happy to welcome NORA staff to learn more about our technologies. This is a decision that has been made after many discussions within our company. In addition, we hope that NORA will also increase the royalties. Like we said before, we have put a lot of efforts into our technologies, so we believe this request is reasonable. And we sincerely hope that you will consider our offer and conditions seriously.
We will do our best to accommodate Sakari's shareholding for the purpose of technology transfer. Thank you.
As we mentioned above, we appreciate your decision to share your current technology. So we are willing to increase the royalty of 3% of the net sales. Because we have invested in site cost upfront, and in addition, after this successful construction to the plant, the royalty for the use of Japanese technology belong entirely to your company. So what do you think of 3% of the net sales? I hope you can seriously consider it, as we have absolutely no income from Japanese technology, but we are still willing to provide the space for free.
We don't agree with what you said, because we think our company has the ability to penetrate into overseas market, especially Southeast Asian markets. Entering such markets can make us more international and develop greater market share. So we want to invest 5% of the gross sales of the joint venture. Because we are the provider of this new technology, we need enough money to introduce this new technology for manufacturing antennas and amplifiers into the much needed market. What's your opinion?
What I want to emphasize that is the upfront investment is entirely at our expense, and the royalty of the use of Japanese technology belong entirely to your company. So that means you don't have to pay anything, but we provide a position. So would you still insist that condition 5% of the gross sales?
We don't think so. The Japanese technology is indeed more advanced than our company's technology, but large Japanese companies will not customize products for customers. Our company also is very small, but as a high technology company, we can provide you some with customer services for pro technology products. And the large companies offers produce standards products, but small high technology companies like us can customers according to customers' needs and use our core technology to develop the customers' products for them.
But we still think 5% of gross sales is a bit of hardship for us. Can you just please lower maybe 1%?
Okay, we fully understand what you said. Indeed, our conditions are difficult for you to meet, so we agree to reduce our conditions. We can accept to invest with 3% of the gross sales of the joint venture. We think that this should be the lowest condition we can accept. Yeah. What do you think about it?
What I want to say is, what about 3% of the net sales, not the gross sales?
We after careful consideration, we decided to accept 3% of net sales of the joint venture. I think this is a good cooperation company for us. What do you think about this?
Yes, of course. If you agree with this, I totally agree. So thank you for your understanding, and I'm sure we'll have a great time working together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we are going to talk about expatriate salaries. From Zachary perspective, first of all, our company has 40% market share in Finland because we have experience in the telecommunications industry. Secondly, the average monthly salary in Finland in 2021 is 4,690 euros. And for experienced high income groups, the average salary can even reach 20,900 euros. These high salaries are directly related to the consumption level and other expense in Finland, which are significantly higher than those in other countries. As yours proposal, for experts with 4 to 6 years of work experience, their salary is only equivalent to the average salary in Finland. Our company believes that it will be very difficult to implement this in detail. We will send experts to Malaysia for guidance based on the principle of two-way selection. The salary and welfare level will directly affect employees' choice of job assessment. And next, my colleague will talk about this in further details.
And as furthermore, the salary of expatriates should not be too low. Although the standard of living in Malaysia is lower than that in Finland, so it cannot be measured solely on the standard of living or salary in Malaysia. Whether it is a permanent group of experts or a temporary group of experts, they will eventually have to go back to Finland. The salary of the permanent experts should be increased accordingly, meaning that it should be higher than temporary experts because they take on more responsibilities and risks. For example, leaving their countries, staying away from their families, and returning home only once or twice a year. Therefore, our company believes that at least 10,000 ringgit will be increased for fixed professional work. And finally, the welfare of temporary experts should also be improved. Since your company insists on the cost of temporary experts, we hope to add some welfare items, for example, basic accommodation and local transportation reimbursement. Because the need for temporary experts must be urgent, and it's difficult to quickly deploy suitable temporary experts without reasonable pay and benefits.
Thank you for your opinion. In my view, NARA does lead Sakura's technology, but it also provides Sakura with the opportunity to develop business in other countries. Therefore, we think NARA can make a design on the salary and perks of expatriate experts. At the same time, Malaysia's economic level is not high, nor does NARA have such a high ability to pay after a financial crisis. Since you chose to work in a JV, you must accept the local consumption level and the wage level. NARA can compensate by increasing the additional benefits of expatriate experts. And we can also provide a car for shorter exports and flight tickets between Finland and Malaysia.
Yes, and we understand that Finland is a country with high wealthy, but the national condition of the two places are very different. And we think that the salary gap is reasonable. Besides, after our investigations, we can see that the median month salary of Finnish citizens in 2020 is $3,300 US, and the salary we provide to the experts is nearly twice more than that. Therefore, we believe that the salary condition we offer to the experts are quite good, which can meet the living need of your engineer working in both countries. So we sincerely hope that you can accept our reasonable investment in invitations and further cooperation in the future.
We totally understand the conditions from your side, but we believe that the personal arrangement is not the biggest investment in the whole cooperation, and both sides should pay more attention to long-term interests.
Well, we fully understand agreeing with your company's expectations of fighting for higher benefit for the employee. But the salary condition proposed by our company to exist the market situations in Malaysia and the affordability of our company. So we regret that we can't accept your career conditions. But however, we also recognize and appreciate your company's concept of fighting higher benefit for the employee. So we are willing to provide local high salary for experts according to the career market environments. And according to our company's investigations, the median month salary of Malaysia citizens in 2020 is about $600, while the salary we gave to your senior experts is more than $6,000 a month. We can see that it is at least 10 times higher than the median national salary in Malaysia. So we believe that this is a very generous salary conditions, which can make those experts have a plentiful farm to live in the local areas. Besides, we also provide additional accommodations, travel vehicle and air ticket for the resident experts, which greatly salute the local cost needs for the resident experts. Therefore, we think that our salary terms are very sincere, and we hope you can consider whether it can be accepted. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, we cannot accept your offer immediately, and maybe we can communicate and discuss this issue in the next negotiation.
Yes, I agree with that. Thank you very much, and very precious to talk to lovely ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, you need to open your microphone. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. The next issue is about the location of arbitration. Our company still chose Kuala Lumpur as the place for our arbitration because the business development direction of our joint venture company is in the Southeast Asian market, and it will first face the test from the Malaysia market. Arbitration requires arbitral tribunal to be more familiar with the local law and economy environment in order to better help both parties to solve the practical problems.
Indeed, the arbitration tribunal needs to be familiar with the local laws and the social economic environment. But we don't agree to Kuala Lumpur as a place of arbitration. We believe that arbitration in Kuala Lumpur is very detrimental to our business. Since both of us agree to arbitrate in the future when disputes arise, a third country as a place of arbitration is a good choice. The third country arbitration can be as neutral as possible. Some sensitive information will be kept confidential and will not be released to the public. This is a very important advantage if both parties wish to continue their business relationship. It can reduce the impact on the reputation and the business of both parties. Both of us have more autonomy to choose arbitrators so as to ensure that the referees of disputes are experts who are familiar with the relevant field. So what do you think?
We have no objection to relocate an alternative location based on the particular contract in order to reach a kind of the compromise. But at least in the case of the establishment of our joint venture in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur still has the regional advantage and the professional personnel that familiar with the law governing the region. Meanwhile, the NORA as a local Malaysia enterprise, we have certain legal management experience in the procedure of attribution law and hearing in this country. This experience, which we can communicate with your company in the next stage negotiation. Also, saving additional costs can be another advantage if we choosing Kuala Lumpur as our arbitration location.
Yeah, of course. So we recommend to choose Singapore as a place of arbitration. Singapore is a country with a similar cultural background to Malaysia. Singapore also borders Malaysia. This can reduce unnecessary additional costs. At the same time, Singapore has a multilingual legal and a business professional familiar with foreign investment. And Singapore will provide full support for both of us with its device legal, cultural background, and professional knowledge. So do you agree?
Sure, we will consider the feasibility in the Singapore, and we hope that you can consult the board, consider our advice, choose the place of arbitration from the perspective of management costs and market. Thank you.